Ever since iRacing released the updated Porsche Cup car, the 992.2, I have had a love-hate relationship with the Porsche Cup series, and no two races epitomise the highs and lows you can feel when racing this series now than the two you're about to see. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy this video. So welcome to Daytona, one of the frustratingest races I've ever had on iRacing. It's go green here, not a great launch, get bombarded from cars behind who got a better launch. 3.1k strength of field for this one, qualified in P16, but we're already down a few spots. Looking to the external view, you can see here we're hanging on the outside where the multicolored car just getting hounded from cars behind, and it's just not going well for us. We're being very tentative and we're being a bit cautious, trying to avoid a turn 1 incident, knowing that being on the outside, turn 1 for Daytona is more than likely suicide. Somehow we survived. Coming into turn 2, we're going to hang it around the outside as best we can, but to no avail. We're right down the back of the order. So jumping forward a little bit, coming up to the right-hander here, you're going to see all the cars bunching up because two cars collided and spun out, and we capitalise on their mistakes and their tentativeness and be able to gain a few positions there. Coming onto the left-hander, leading onto the oval section, we're going to go up the inside of this green car, another car on our right after spinning out, and we're going to have a good run down the oval section. Lots of drama on lap 1. Coming up to finish lap number 1, we're going to thread the needle between these two cars, crossing the line, gaining 2 positions up to P17, trying our best to keep a defensive line from the green car behind whilst simultaneously not crashing into the white car in front. And you're going to see from this external view now that the green car behind and the black and white one are going to lunge up our inside. We just about sneak in front of the green car, but we have to give space to the black and white car, as well as cars behind just destroying each other and spinning out. And that's kind of a theme for this race, is just cars absolutely murdering each other, dive bombing. We're going to go defensive here. The black and white car is going to think about going around the outside, but thinks better of it. He slots in behind. And now we're going to come down here towards this left-hander that leads onto the oval. Once again, I think I'm okay. He didn't go for the move last time, but I thought completely wrong. He was better under the brakes than I was, so I have to give him space. Coming onto the oval section, which is not ideal. Start of lap number 3, coming to turn number 1. We're braking possibly a little too late, understeering a little bit. The red car behind gets overtaken by Lucas in the black car. Lucas is now on our inside, so we have to give him space through this left-hander. Coming up to the right-hander, you're going to see him pop up on our left side. But watch the black and white car in front. He collides with a car. We have to go to avoiding him, and we get our back door smashed in. You're going to see this move here by the black and white car. He goes for a late lunge, completely misses the apex, takes out the other car, and this is our viewpoint externally as we almost do the exact same to the black car, but we avoid all the incidents, only to get our back door smashed in by David. This was a bit of a theme for this race, people outbraking themselves, going for crazy maneuvers, taking other people out, and David will come up again later in this race, so he's going to be one to watch, especially with a C license and only 1.1 in his safety rating. As we're coming up to finish lap number 3, David is on our right side and he is being pushed by the black and white car, so he's going to get an easy move done on us, and the black and white car is going to try and go around our outside into turn number 1. I'm trying to keep a nice tight line, try not to run into the back of David in the red car, and somehow we just about keep Andrea to our right side and keep in front of him coming up to this right-hander. I go on my normal racing line, but again, I should have been more aware, closing off the move. He goes for a lunge. I try for a switchback, but it's never going to happen, and we lose another place, down to P18. About to finish lap number 5 now and start lap number 6. We're catching David on the oval section. We've got massive draft. Despite the rear damage on the back of the car that was compromising our top speed that David gave us on lap number 3, having to race 12 laps with rear damage was always going to hurt us, but we're on a bit of a recovery drive. And David goes up our inside into turn number 1, better under the brakes than we were. And I just didn't feel confident in this race. I didn't feel confident in my ability to defend, and I was just being cautious of my safety rating more than my actual iRating. As you can see here, car off on our left, spinning around. I'm watching out for the green car, tries to go up the inside, but somehow we just about hold him off, and we've got the inside line for this left-hander, which is going to allow us to keep the position. We're down in a lonely 18, and now we're going to go defensive because I know he's aggressive and he's going to go look for going to do moves to try to get past us. Lap number 7, coming into this right-hander, turn number 4, you're going to see Florian went wide. David then just bullies him off the track, making contact, slowing him up. We are going to capitalize on that by passing Florian and going up to P17. You're going to see now, as we continue on the lap later on the oval section coming up to the bus stop, we've got a nice little run on David, but he kind of just opens the wheel. We touch a little bit, but I'm going to have a better run into the bus stop, a wider line, better under the brakes. I get the move done up to P16. But with the draft in effect, I'm definitely worried about turn number 1 here, and David is going to be using the slipstream as best as he can and trying to get past as quickly as he can. He's definitely better under the brakes into turn number 1, so I'm wary of that. And I've got Florian behind and Jakob, so I've got to worry about these guys. So as we're coming up to the start-finish straight now, you're going to see I'm going to get tagged here, and I'm going to lose control a little bit. I'm going to lose 3 spots. I'm going to lose spots to David, Florian, and you're going to see what happened now is Florian basically just drove straight into the back of me. I don't know what he was thinking there, but that was very frustrating. So after that, I am fuming. Coming into turn number 1 on lap 8, I'm overdriving the car, I'm understeering. I'm really angry right now. I was basically driving straight, minding my own business, worried about turn number 1, and just got basically pushed off the track by somebody who couldn't drive in a straight line, going for a gap that never even existed and was always closing. More cars off the track here. I'm just still very, very frustrated. It's been an extremely frustrating race. We're only halfway through and there's more to come, and I'm just trying to keep my head cool, but I'm definitely overdriving the car right now. You're going to see a car runs wide here. I don't know if there was contact or not, but now we're going to try go up the outside of Alberto, coming onto the oval. Let's see what he does under the brakes. He brakes earlier than I do, so I'm able to go around the outside of him, getting onto the oval and get an earlier exit, just about making the move stick. Lap number 9, turn number 1. I've got Tota on my inside. I'm trying to give him space. I'm slightly outbraking myself, compromising my exit. I'm driving frustrated right now. I'm trying to make the best of whatever is left in this race, but it's not really working. I'm going to go for a little bit of a move just as a distraction. He falls for it. He clips the car in front. Again, it's just more silly driving. You're just completely missing the apex and just spinning people out. And this was a theme for this race, and I'm really frustrated. I back out of it here. I wasn't trusting him to go side by side, and now I'm going defensive, but Abdu behind just goes for the lunge, and he was never going to make the corner without me moving out of the way. I was going to get hit, so I moved out of the way, watching my mirrors, and it was just one of those things where I had to be proactive there, otherwise I would have been spun around, and it was just extremely frustrating at this point in the race. Start of lap number 10 coming up. We've got a slipstream from Abdu. We've got the inside line. We're going to come into turn number 1, try to make the move stick. As we're coming into turn number 1, we brake nice and well. Abdu gets a nicer run, but we got the inside line. We can keep a tighter line through the apex and get on the power earlier as he brakes a little bit more, and we get the move done. Later on in that lap, we're coming up to the bus stop. We are catching David once again. We got a nice slipstream. We're going to go for the move up the inside. He doesn't defend it, and we're going to make this one stick coming into the bus stop, and hopefully we get a nice run out. But we're still going to be vulnerable into turn number 1, so we got to be careful of that, and hopefully we don't get a repeat of the previous lap where we got bullied off the straight. Coming up to start lap number 13, I'm trying to make a move on this guy Tota, but he's going to brake later than I do. He's going to go up the inside on David, trying to make a move. David is just not going to recognize he's there, turn in regardless, and push him into the wall for the pit and just destroy him. He hits me, even though I don't really have any damage or anything, and I get a nice, lovely 4x, giving me 9x for this race, and now I'm even more pissed. So David has been turning in on people with complete disregard for their presence and crashing into people, making lunges. And as you're going to see here now, we're coming through this right-left section. He's going to go for a move that's closing. He backs out of it. I get a nicer run. He goes to the left initially. I go up the inside of him. He turns in on top of me, and to be quite honest with you, I wanted to let off the brakes there and just pit maneuver him. But cooler heads prevailed, and I thought better of it, and I avoided it. Last lap, coming into the bus stop, we're going to get a better run than David. I hope to get a better run on exit, but understeer in that right-hander just there, which compromises my exit, and now we're vulnerable to David behind. He's got slipstream. He's just going to pass us. It's inevitable. I'm not going to put up a fight. I can't really do much about it anyway. We jumped up to P13 momentarily, but David's going to get that place back coming up to the line. Right now, I'm hoping he has an issue, or he's slow with his aero, or something happens, or maybe we have a tighter line, we can get a better run. But as soon as I see this, it's just game over. He's just going to take P13 away from us. We're going to finish P14. extremely frustrated with that race, and our safety rating and our iRating are going to take a hit for it. Alright, time for a different change of speed. We are here at Sebring on a wet dry track after a wet qualifying. We qualified P14 on this one, and strength of field for this one's 3.9k. Lights go out, we launch the car. We're going to cut to an external view here of the leaders. P3 goes for a move, P1 blocks it, and P3 hits P2, just destroying their race. I just about scraped by just there, and everyone behind kind of gets collected. Terrible start. We watch out for this silver and red car who understeers. I'm not sure if he's got damage or not. It kind of looks like he's got damage, so I'm going to go up the inside. Very wet and damp track here. Just got to watch for anybody spinning out or any incidents. Got to keep the car in a straight line. Almost oversteer just there. But as we come through this left-hander, we're going to see there's a pink car on the grass. We're going to watch the two cars in front of us spin out. We're going to try and go evasive, but he kind of went away I was not expecting because he was spun out back the way he came, and we get a nice little 4x there. No damage. We're down in P14, basically where we started, so not the end of the world on this one. Coming up into the hairpin, we're going to go defensive on a slightly drier section. More cars off at the hairpin. We're going to have to worry about this. As I was watching those guys, I got a little bit too aggressive on the throttle, spin the car almost out. Keep it together, but we lose a ton of places. We're really rocketing down the order right now. This green car on our left clips a puddle, spins out, easy pass, but that was basically the opening lap. It was a theme. Some people were on wets, some people were on dries, and just people were spinning out like crazy because of the wet weather and not being cautious enough. I was taking it nice and easy. I had a little bit of practice before this one in the practice session, which was similar conditions. That's why I'm on dry tires here, just being a bit cautious, knowing the track will evolve and come back to me. I had looked at the forecast ahead of this race, and it didn't look like there was going to be any more precipitation towards the end of the race. Down in P14 right now, we're just watching the cars out ahead coming up towards the end of the first lap. Going to stick with it for the end of the first lap just to give you guys an idea of the conditions, but it was a bit treacherous for this one, and it definitely brings out in similar spec cars, so it's definitely going to amplify driver skill in this one, and it's going to amplify the fact that if you have not practiced in wet weather, which I have very limited practice, it's just going to be even worse for you guys. So coming into sunset, I'm watching all the cars up in front. There's a gaggle of cars up ahead of us that we could possibly catch throughout the race. So this race is definitely not over yet, and there's more to come. Coming across the line to start lap number 2, we are right on the back in P14 of this group ahead, and it's going to be opportunities that we're looking for. So once again, coming through this left-hander where we had the incident, this time on lap 2, get a nice run. The white and red and yellow car that you're going to see just in front of us got a bad run. We're going to try go around the outside when we get a much better run down towards the hairpin, but he's got the drier line, he's got the inside line for the corner. He brakes as late as he can. He almost runs into the back of the black car in front of him. We hanging around the outside, but it doesn't pay off for us. Got the red car behind that we've got to be conscious of. But coming through this left-hander here now, again, we get a nicer run than this car ahead of us, and Julian is going to be a sitting duck, so I thought. I got the drier line, got the inside line, but he outbrakes us somehow on the wetter line. It was a really good move by him to keep ahead of us. Coming through here, I get a slight bit of oversteer, watching the car on our right spin out, so it's another easy position. Just trying to survive right now until the track dries up a bit more, and that was the name of the game. The black car, Daniel, ahead, just getting loose on the exit of that right-hander. I backed out of it here. I just wasn't feeling confident in the guys ahead. More cars off on our right, just not sure what's going on there, but we gained 2 more easy positions. Coming onto this back straight here in a second, and was looking okay right now. I was being pretty stable. We're I think it was P11 right now. Daniel ahead's going a little defensive, and we were just about keeping things on the tarmac and just about keeping things out of the wall. So it was treacherous conditions. Lap times were not great. I noticed something here as I just lunge up the inside of Daniel. We're going to try go for a move. 2 more cars spinning out, so we gain more positions there. We're up to P9. Daniel's on our inside now, coming up the start-finish straight. He's going to be the inside for turn number 1. But I noticed something there in sunset. People seem to be going very wide and taking a very wide line, which is also quite bumpy on the wide line, and I seem to be getting a better run on the tighter line, so that may come into play later on in the race. We'll see how that one pans out. Start of lap number 3, the track is starting to dry up, and I'm watching this red car behind whilst also trying to catch up to Daniel in front. We're in the top 10 right now. Lap times were looking okay, nothing amazing, but I'm hoping that we can capitalize on the track drying and getting a bit more into rhythm. I'm starting to push a little bit more and more because I can see a bunch of cars up in front. So this race is definitely not over, and there could be potential for a very good result. Later on in lap number 3, coming through this right-hander, I'm going to go through this double kink left, clip the water, just clip the puddle again, and get 2 big oversteers. Luckily for me, the red car behind couldn't capitalize on it, but I'm very cautious into this right-hander now, clipping a couple of puddles along the way and just unsettling the car. And that was something I had to be wary of in this race, was just clipping puddles. As we're coming into sunset again, you can see Daniel just goes really wide on entry, coming a bit too hot. Very different lines through here. There's multiple cars up in front. There's 4 of them. I get a little bit of a twitch just about keep it together. We're just over half a second behind this group in front of us, and anything can happen. I'm paying a lot of attention right now into turn number 1 and being very cautious. Hopefully they don't collide or spin out in front of me and take me with them. But the pink car doesn't get a good run, and he's going to be vulnerable coming into this left-hander. I'm thinking about a move, but I think better of it because he just was a little bit too far ahead. He checked up there for some reason. I had to brake a second time and to avoid an accident. And coming through this left-hander here onto this straight again, we're just about sizing this kind of group up in front of us, sizing them up. We felt kind of quick. If you look at the lap times, my lap time was under a second slower than the fastest guys. I thought about a move here. I could have gone a little bit more aggressive on the inside, but I decided to go around the outside. Hopefully he'd do exactly what he did. But he was able to get the car stopped and turn. I had a feeling he might go a little deep and I could switch back, but the switchback didn't work that time. Anyway, you live and learn. Coming through this left-hander, we're going to do a move down the inside into the right-hander. Much better under the brakes. We got a nice little run. We're much better under the brakes. But this time, unlike Julian when we went side by side, Andrew kind of bails out of it. We get a big snap oversteer there, just about holding the car together. We're going to get a little bit of another one here as we clip the curb a little bit on a entry and on the left side of the car on entry, and we just about keeping the car on track. I was very nervous there for a second. Lap number 4, we're watching out for the cars behind but trying to push on and catch the cars in front. This kind of last sector here, for whatever reason, I was noticing I was a little bit better than a lot of other cars, especially in Sunset, but also on this right-hander leading onto the straight that leads down to Sunset Bend. I just felt a little bit better. As you can see here, I get a much better exit, and that allows us to pass Julian quite easily, to be honest. He got a really poor exit out of that right-hander, allows us to basically get the pass done way before sunset. I go a little defensive on entry. I know I can keep a tighter line than he does. He's trying to go around the outside. I'm also watching out for Paul up ahead, and he's going to get a better run down the start-finish straight, but we have the move done on Julian, and we're up to P7 right now. However, Paul seems to be slowing up a little bit. We're catching him into turn number 1. Thinking about a move, but it's just not the conditions. I wasn't close enough. We couldn't lunge up the inside. It would be too risky. Think better of it. But we get a nice run out of turn 1, and we're coming up to turn 2. He hasn't gone defensive. I send one up the inside later under the brakes, clip the apex. No puddles to worry about this time around, and we get the move done coming onto the back straight here, and we're up to P6. Start of lap number 10, we skipped forward a little bit. I'm watching out. If you look at the relative, I'm watching out for Ricardo behind. He's 2 seconds behind currently, but if you look in the top left corner and see the fastest laps, he was catching us. He was really quick at this stage of the race. He was a second a lap or so quicker than us. There's about 4 laps to go in this race, and he's 2 seconds behind, and he's already catching us by another 2-3 tenths just through turn number 1. So I'm watching out for him. I'm also trying to catch Alan up ahead. We were kind of similar-ish pace, apart from an odd lap here and there, and I was watching out for Ricardo behind. 4.9k driver, he was looking fast, and I'm starting to think about strategy right now. I'm in a really good spot in this race. There's not long to go. Do I fight him? Do I not fight him? What do I think about Robson behind Ricardo? Will he come into play if I start fighting him? Do I want to potentially fight Ricardo to gain P6 but potentially lose out and get P8? It was all kind of going through my head right now. The strategy was playing out right now. There wasn't much in terms of racing But this race was definitely not over. As you can see, Ricciardo has caught us. He's about a half a second gained on us before the end of this lap even. And despite my lap times being okay, he was just so much faster. And coming on to lap number 11, you're going to see here, he's almost a second behind us. But we do gain a position because Daniel, something happened to him. He went off wide. He's stopped on the left side of the track. And we're up to P5. And now that might change things. Do I fight? Do I fight again? This is all going through my head at this stage in the race. It's like, do I fight? When do I fight? How hard do I fight? Starting lap number 12, Ricciardo's right behind us, and I'm seeing the writing on the wall at this stage. He's only half a second. He's so much faster than I am through this first sector, and I'm barely catching Alan, if at all. So I'm thinking, okay, at this stage of the race now, maybe we leave him off, maybe we leave him try and catch Alan, and then they can fight and bring me into the mix by them fighting and costing each other time, and potentially there could be a P4. Coming through this left-hander, we get a bit of oversteer, and now I'm definitely seeing the writing on the wall, and I say to Ricciardo, just go for it. I have nothing for you. I just can't keep you behind. You're just going to get past me in turn number 1, and I'm going to waste time to Alan up ahead. So I tell him go off, I brake early, I let him go, and I'm thinking now at this stage, go son, go off, try and drag me with you, and let's see if we can, steal a place from Alan up ahead. This race, though, is not over with the conditions. So even though Ricciardo got ahead, and I'm hoping that he can drag us up to Alan up ahead as well, even though it's still pretty close and, there's a faster car in front of me now and I've lost a position, this race is hardly over. It's still patchy, it's still puddly, there's still potential that anyone could spin out, make a mistake, miss a braking point. So this race is hardly over. 2 laps to go and anything can happen. Final lap for this one. We are coming out of the hairpin. We're about half a second behind Ricciardo. He's not really been able to drag us up to Alan. Alan gained some speed, but if you look at the fastest laps, I've actually been doing pretty decent on fastest laps compared to some of the people around me. It was pretty competitive. Coming into this right-hander, I'm about 0.4, 0.5 behind Ricciardo, and now I'm trying desperately, whatever I can, to catch Ricciardo. I'm hoping he makes a mistake, but I did notice something in the last 2 laps, that he wasn't as strong in the final sector as I was, especially in Sunset. And I don't know if he chewed up his tires or something else happened, that he just was not as good through Sunset as I was. So I'm hoping to get a nice exit out of the right-hander, leads onto the straight in a minute. We're 0.4 of a second behind right now. If I get a good run like I did earlier, I could potentially have a move done into Sunset. It's 0.3 now. We're going to have the slipstream. If he goes defensive, it's basically race over. But if he doesn't go defensive, I'm going to send one up the inside, and hopefully the tight line pays off. Coming up to Sunset now, it's 0.2. He's not going defensive. He's not looking in his mirrors. He brakes on the puddle, which upsets him a little bit. I see this. I go for the lunge. Last lap, last corner, I have to go for it. And somehow we make it stick, and we get the move done to cross the line in P5. And to say I was thrilled with this, I was over the moon. Let's take another look at this. You can see he splashes the puddle. He goes wider line. I'm keeping a nice tight line, and I'm able to just park it on the apex. You see the bumps there on the outside line, and we just get away with sneaking one across the line for P5. So a tale of 2 races. The first one at Daytona was extremely frustrating. I lost safety rating, lost iRating, and just felt like it was an absolute disaster. I didn't feel confident in that race, but also I was really frustrated with the standard of driving. People were just dive bombing and crashing into each other left, right and centre, and it was really frustrating. Contrast that with the second race, where I was able to keep it clean, make some good moves, especially on the last lap and the last corner on a 5k driver with a higher strength of field. It was actually quite a adrenaline rush to make that move, and I was very happy with the result. But these are the highs and lows I've been dealing with the Porsche Cup Series. Sometimes you have a really good race, and sometimes you have one that just makes you question why you even do this in the first place. What's your experience been like this season, guys? Leave a comment down below. If you like this video, give it a like, and I hope to see you in the next one.